All right, we've seen a little breakout from Bitcoin, and today I'm going to show you why I think it is now or never. Seriously, you got to listen to today's show because it's not our normal show. It's about a situation that we have to talk about, and we have to talk about it now. We're also going to be talking about Luna. We're going to be talking about Fantom. We're going to be talking about Coinbase. We're going to be talking about Optimism. We're going to be talking about a whole lot of other altcoins. We're going to be talking about Near Protocol. But do me a favor. You have to watch the show till the end, because what I'm going to share with you today may change a big part of your life. I promise you that. So just give me the next half an hour. And if I haven't changed your life in the next half an hour, then don't come back tomorrow. But if I have, then come back again tomorrow. Alrighty. Welcome back, guys. We're here, and today I'm going to change your lives. I promise you I'm going to change your lives, because something happened to me this morning, and when I thought about it a bit more, then I called Sheldon into my office, and I just said to myself, look, we got to just do a whole show about this. So it's not going to be the whole show about this, but it's going to be this. We're going to talk about this one thing. We're going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to talk about what's moving the market, because we have had a little breakout here on the market. And I actually think that this breakout may be sustainable. It may be sustainable. People are saying, please change my life. If my words today don't change your life, then probably the giveaways that I'm going to do today are going to change your life. So, I mean, we're going to change lives either way. Remember that that's what we do here. We're trying to change lives every single day. We're trying to build the richest community in the world, the wealthiest community in the world, the most loyal community in the world. And that is what you guys are. So if you're not already part of our community, smash the subscribe button. As Sheldina says, Will Smith that subscribe button. Will Smith that like button. Today we're going to do some giveaways. We've got ADA swap. We got Cricket Star Manager. We're going to double someone's portfolio. We should give away the KuCoin Bitcoin. 10x a bit. Let's 10x it. We will 10x a portfolio today. And if we get to 3,000 likes by the end of the show, we will 20x a portfolio. Imagine 20xing a portfolio. We're going to get so screwed. We're going to get $1,000 portfolio. We're going to be dead. As it says over there, it's important. Today is important. And today is not about price per se, although we are going to talk about price, because you can see the price. The price is 41,580. Bitcoin almost or just did hit 42,000. And I think it may be sustainable. And the reason why I think it may be sustainable is because what we're seeing now is I don't know how you guys are feeling, but it feels almost demotivating to be in crypto. Like, it kind of feels like the market has been moving sideways for so long. The promise of what we came here for actually isn't happening. Like, we came here for the dopamine. We came here for the adrenaline. We came here for the 10x returns. And it feels right now like it's not happening. And you can see it. So if you look at the data, again, I always like to look at data to validate everything that I say. Look at the data. Look at the search volume on Bitcoin. Look at where we were and look at where we are now. And it even feels like it's decreasing. And this search volume shows you the retail interest in Bitcoin. And that's not the only metric that's down. Same thing. Search volume on Ethereum, down. So this is for me the most important metric, and I know people probably don't see it as a real metric, but it's a real metric for me. And the reason why I say it's a real metric for me is because we experience this metric every single day, and it shows the retail interest in crypto. You can see it through the YouTube views, and you can see where retail is. And we know that when the markets are hot, there's a whole lot of retail interest. The YouTube views climb. And, on this show, we used to get up to 20,000 live viewers. And look at the numbers now, 3,000 or 2,500. It'll probably go up to 5,000 during the course of the show. And to me, that's a massive, massive, massive indicator of where the retail money is. And it's not only this channel, it's all the other channels. As you can see here, every single channel. In fact, funny enough, Crypto Banter is one of the only ones that has been growing and has been growing pretty fast. I think Invest Answers, one of our friends, also been growing pretty fast. But otherwise, YouTube content is a good indicator to see where retail is. And if you look at where the numbers are, well, this is where the numbers are, and the numbers don't lie. But there is one group of people that are buying, and that's the whales. The whales are buying now, as you can see. They are back on the uptick, which is great, great, great news. And the reason why that's such great news is because whales typically accumulate until about halfway into the cycle. So if you look at like the whale accumulation here, so the whales accumulated big here. That was about halfway into the cycle, then we peaked. Here the whales started to accumulate halfway into the cycle, then we peaked. Here the whales are just starting to accumulate. Now, if history is going to repeat itself, then we'll probably go up, 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 up into the cycle, and then somewhere the whales will start selling, and that's probably our indicator that we're about halfway through the cycle and that we should probably start selling. So then you got to ask yourself, what do these whales know that we don't know? Why are the whales so comfortable to be buying when retail has pretty much disappeared? And I mean, yes, we've had a reasonable day today, and we've had Bitcoin breaking out. And if you look at our altcoin portfolio, it's been quite a great day on the altcoin portfolio. Signups up 33%, Ape Coin up 25%, ShopX up 25%. Veda's nearly dead. I really hope they can revive it because the tech's very, very good. But you can see from the altcoin portfolio, the altcoins are the ones that are powering, and that happens every now and then. So what is it that gives these people the conviction to be buying when this is happening, when the market's moving sideways? And I think this is the core of what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, because it's demotivating. It's demotivating being in the market. We're in the market, the prices keep moving sideways, keep moving, a little bit up, and then we go all the way back down again, and we can't break 41 and 42, and we're at the mercy of the Fed, and we're waiting for the Fed meeting minutes. But it's not the same. We don't get those dopamine rushes that we used to get when we used to get the 10 and 20 X's on a day. It's not the same. Look, when you wake up and when you look at your portfolio and the portfolio is not green or it just hasn't moved sideways. Crypto isn't that rewarding. And the result here is that what happens in this period of time is that the tourists become demotivated and they leave. And I mean, we feel it here as well. We work, and it gets a little bit demotivating because your audience becomes smaller and smaller. The returns that you make on your investments become smaller and smaller. But then I keep reminding myself of a few things. The first thing that I keep reminding myself of is 2020. When this happened, I want to show you something that happened to me in 2020. So this is the total market cap in 2020. And you can see that the total market cap in about March 2020, this is the total market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So it's the altcoins, it's the type of tokens that we're buying. And if you look at those tokens, in March 2020, largely they moved sideways. So if you kind of look at the range, it moved sideways from December 2018 until March, April 2020, it moved sideways. It was the most terrible, demotivating, longest period of our lives. Imagine this period, but much lower and long, 2 years of this period. But then when the market turned, if you look here, the market turned very, very, very quickly. So here it started turning here. You'll see the market cap here was 29 billion. Within 2-3 months, the market cap had 3x'd itself. And then within about 12 months or so, the market cap had 29x'd itself on altcoins. So altcoins 29x'd themselves. And the truth is that if you were ready and you took your bets and you placed your bets somewhere around here, then you would have ridden it. But if you got demotivated and you jumped out somewhere over here, which is exactly kind of what we feel right now, then you would have missed you would have missed all of those life-changing returns. And that's the stress test. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the J curve or the hockey stick graph, where it shows like companies that go down and then they start climbing. On the way down is where you lose all the tourists. And those that can hold on until no one else can hold on, when it gets very, very, very tough to hold on, those are the ones that, because they had the stay power to hold on, they get the reward when the market turns. Now, as I said to you, as much as I was demotivated, when I left gym this morning, I was actually super grateful, because as boring as this time is and as testing as this time is on our patience and on our portfolios, I still think that there's no better place to be than being in crypto right now. I just can't imagine being anywhere better than being in crypto, being a part of this amazing movement, a movement that is making a difference, being a part of these amazing communities, being part of a world where you can get things like this. So where else in the world can you get returns like this, where you can get a token that in November 2020 was worth 28 cents, and today that same token is worth almost $100. That token is Luna. Where else can you be in an industry where this happens? Or look at Fantom. So where else, which other industry in the entire world it would give you a return? I mean, you can't, so less than 1 cent all the way up to $1.19. Where do you get those kinds of returns in any market in the world? Where else do you have a market where, I mean, I read this tweet and it was so apt. It says that I was able to claim a totally random free NFT and sell it minutes later for 1 ETH. So pretty much I got a free ETH. 10 minutes later, the same NFT traded at 1.8 ETH. And now my day's ruined because I got a free ETH. But he didn't get all the upside. And I know that we experience this every single day. Where else in the world can you be part of a community that's making such a big difference? A community where you're learning so much every single day. I don't know about you guys and what you guys did before crypto or what you're doing while you're doing crypto, but where do you learn so much every single day? Where do you learn so much where you interact with so many smart people and you're part of so many amazing communities? And where else can you be part of an opportunity where you're pretty much at the forefront of technology in the world that is making the biggest difference, and the institutions can't invest because they don't know this industry as well as you know this industry, because the regulations don't allow them to invest in this industry as easily as you can do it? Where else can you invest ahead of institutions in a technology that's changing the world? Where else can you be at the forefront of such a movement? In a place where really, like, anybody can make money. If you can't make money in crypto, then I don't know what to tell you. If you can't make money in crypto, then I don't know. So that's the reason why I was a bit demotivated. I motivated myself for that. But then I got a little bit sad. And I'll tell you why I got a little bit sad. And this is the part of that I have to share with you. I've been here since 2015. I've watched the progress of this market since 2015. This market has changed. This market keeps changing. The market is becoming harder and harder. So if I look at the bull runs of 2020 and I look at the Bitcoin run of 2017, where Bitcoin went from, if I look at this run from 2015 to 2017, where Bitcoin went from $220 to $20,000, that's about 100x. Okay, for Bitcoin to do 100x now, it's much, 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 much harder. And I mean, you can see it in the market, in the structure of the market. The market is changing. The market is becoming much more mature. The funds are starting to invest in this market. The market is becoming much more regulated. In 2017, you could go onto Binance, you could buy a 100x altcoin. Within 10 minutes, you could withdraw your money. Today, you want to go into Binance, you better have a KYC and this and that. It's becoming harder. It's becoming more institutionalized. There's more money going into crypto, which is a good thing, but it's a bad thing. And I'll tell you why I think it's a bad thing. Because the reason we have been able to make all these returns is because of asymmetrical information, because we know stuff that other people don't know, because of liquidity, because there's not a lot of liquidity, so prices can go up and down very, very, very quickly, and because the institutions aren't in this market, and because there has been no regulation. That is the reason why crypto is as exciting as it is. And crypto is exciting. It's the only industry in the world where you pick up your phone, you get this dopamine rush because of the green numbers that give you immediate gratification 24/7, 365. Okay, but the market is changing. And the truth is, when you look at this market, so let's look at the market. You've got VC money coming in. That's, when you look at previous, this was the VC money coming in. This was what we were competing with as retail investors. But now, what's happening is we're starting to compete with all of this. We're starting to compete with big funds actually deploying real money into crypto. And in 2017, when you bought Bitcoin, you weren't buying Bitcoin against MicroStrategy, Tesla, KPMG. You were buying before MicroStrategy, before Tesla, before KPMG. So the market's maturing. And as the market matures, the problem is more and more money is going to come in here. All the inefficiencies are going to be closed. The competitive advantage that the retail investor has on the institutions is going to die. So what does that mean? It means, pretty simply, that we have about 2 years. I reckon we have about 2 years until the gap absolutely closes. So we have, from now, 2 years, maximum, we have 2 years until this gap closes. Whatever you don't achieve in the next 2 years, you probably ain't going to get this opportunity again. You got 2 years. You got 2 years of inefficiencies, 2 years before regulation destroys all the inefficiencies here, 2 years before the institutions come in and bring big money. And when they bring big money, you're not going to be able to get deals early. There's going to be very little liquidity and there's going to be very little volatility in the market. And on the best days that we have in crypto, crypto will look like a stock market, and you'll get tokens moving up by 14% and 6% and 3% and 2%. And this is basically what we can look forward to. You have 2 years. And if you bring that down, if you bring down 2 years, if you bring that down into days, it probably means that you've got about 500 days, because I don't think we've got a full 2 years. So you've got 500 days to make your move and do whatever it takes. 500 days. So what you do in the next 500 days in this industry could determine your life path. Because if you don't seize this opportunity in the next 500 days, the problem is that you have to wait for the next one. Now, let me tell you, I've seen these opportunities before. I was part of the .com, messed that one up, walked away with nothing, too young, too naive, didn't invest properly, tried to trade in and out like a monkey, traded in, out, at the end of it, walked away with nothing. Then I was part of the mobile phone revolution, which was the other big disruptive opportunity of our time. Sold my business for a couple of $100,000, close to $1 million. Should have sold it for 10 times that, but didn't. Then we had social media. And you can argue that social media was a disruptor. It wasn't as big of a disruptor as blockchain technology, but it was a disruptor. And to be honest, I didn't make money out of social media. So I've seen this 3 times before. I'm seeing it again. The stats are showing me exactly the same thing. Here are the stats of internet users versus crypto users. You can see exactly where we are. We're about 2001, but only I think that this growth curve is going to be much more steep, much more steep. So I've seen this movie before. And I've decided that this time I won't miss the boat. And this time is also the biggest opportunity, because if you look at all the disruptions that we've had, I mean, barring the internet, which wasn't such a big disruptor when it was a huge disruptor, but now we've got blockchain has the internet to aid its disruption. It has the fastest communication mechanism to change its disruption. It means that this is going to be probably the biggest opportunity of your life, but it also means that you have about 500 days to capitalize on it. It also means that if we get another bull run, the bull run isn't going to be as parabolic as the last one, because already the markets are more efficient. there's already more liquidity in the market. So to get a 10x run from now on Bitcoin is quite hard. And so the bull runs are going to be probably less and less and less as time goes by, until eventually in 2 years, we're just going to get normal bull runs like the stock market. And crypto is going to be absorbed into the stock market. So what does this mean? It means that whatever you're going to build, whether you're going to build a portfolio, whether you're going to build a product, whether you're going to build momentum, whether you're going to build knowledge, whether you're going to build a customer base, you've got to get it done in the next 500 days. What you do in the next 500 days is going to determine the outcome for the rest of your life. If in 500 days you don't have a big portfolio, then chances are you're going to have to become a slave and work hard for your money for the rest of your life. You're going to have to become a salary slave. If you've got a big portfolio at the end of the 500 days, chances are you'll be able to live the rest of your life having fun. If you're building a crypto business, like us, if you're building a channel, viewers, etc., then you've got 500 days to find your customer base, because in 500 days, the big media companies are coming in here. Disney, Twitter, I don't know who's going to come here, and they're going to come in with huge budgets and they're going to disrupt you. And if you've got the momentum and if you've got the user base in 500 days, then you'll probably be more of a buyout target than someone who's going to get disrupted. And you can see that the opportunities that we have, like you take a fund like Multicoin Capital, came out of nowhere, two guys, Tushar Jain and Kyle Samani. Today, they're the biggest crypto fund in the world. Okay, they started in 2017. They've been going for about, they started in 2018. So they've been going for about 1,000 days, call it, give or take. They've been going for about 1,000 days. What they've achieved in 1,000 days, you could never ever achieve in any other industry in the world. And when the big funds eventually get here, they are going to be on the same playing field as the big funds. So whatever you're going to do, whatever you're going to build, if you're going to build money, if you're going to build an audience, if you're going to build a product, if you're going to build technology, if you're going to build a network, if you're going to build a brand, do it, and do it now, because you've only got 500 days to make it happen. This is not time to be a spectator. This is time to actually get off your chair, whatever you've been thinking about, it's time to do it, because you're never going to have another opportunity like this in your life. Take it from someone who's messed up 3 opportunities. I messed up internet, I messed up mobile phones, I messed up social media. Let me tell you, I ain't messing this one up. So let's talk about what that means for everyone watching. You got to focus. If you guys are building businesses, build. If you're building an audience, build. If you're building knowledge, build. But you have limited time. And you got to start focusing on how you invest and what you do things, because you can't just be spraying and praying and listening to influencers and buying. And that's not a skill. The skill is to be absolutely focused. I saw this tweet that maybe can give you some guidance, and it comes from the DeFi Edge. And he says, here's how you make the most out of your budget. The first thing is, most people should focus on their increasing their income, decreasing the expenses, dollar cost averaging to blue chips, be patient, make it in 5 to 10 years, not invest in what they can't afford to lose. That's the best path for 90% of people. But we're degens. And degens, we're here to make huge money. And because we're here to make huge money, it means that we've got to go for growth. So the first thing that you should do is you should decide why you are here, and you should specify why you are here. And when you specify why you're here, write it down. If you're here for growth, then be here for growth. Then don't make steady investments, but then know that you've got very, very high risk. Okay, so maximize your growth. Now, what DeFi says, it says, look, if you're looking for growth and you've got $3,000 to invest and you put it into Bitcoin, your maximum upside is 5x from here. But if you're here for growth, you should be going into bigger investments. Concentrate to grow your portfolio, diversify to preserve your portfolio. So diversify to preserve, concentrate to grow. And I like this part about concentrate, because concentrate for me means that you've got to become an expert at something. Don't try and be an expert at everything. If you want to be a Solana expert, that's great. Go and research a Solana ecosystem, become a Solana expert. If you want to be a Fantom expert, that's great. Right now, if you become an expert in ecosystems, you will make a ton of money because it's asymmetrical information. Look at Miles. Miles is an expert at Fantom. He sits here all day long and he makes money out of the Fantom and Avalanche ecosystem. Look at Hustle. Hustle is a fucking expert in gaming. He's the smartest guy in the world in gaming. He doesn't claim to be a Bitcoin guy or an Ethereum guy. He's a gamer. He's the best gamer in the world. He's focused. Find something that you like. Find your gold. Find the tokens that you like. Find the niche that you like and get into that niche and learn that niche and block out all the other noises. Become an expert. Become an expert. Be a Cardano expert. Be an Ethereum expert. Be an ETH Layer 2 expert. But don't try and be everything because you have limited time in a day. And when you get into that expert zone, that is where you make money. That's the asymmetry of information. So become a network. A couple of other things that he talks about here. Become an airdrop expert. Airdrops. Airdrops are free fucking money. Okay, it's free money in crypto. It's the only industry in the world where you can get free fucking money. Take time and become an expert in who's doing airdrops and when they're doing airdrops. You will be rewarded with free money just for doing certain elements in things. The other thing I want to say to you guys is save. Don't spend. This is not a time to be spending. This is a time to be accumulating because we've got 500 days of this amazing market. Spend after the 500 days. You don't need the fancy watches. You don't need the fancy cars now. You don't need that now. You don't need that now. Don't upgrade your lifestyle now. You go now and you accumulate. The next 500 days are all about one thing, and that's accumulation. Accumulation. We will spend afterwards. Every time you buy a Rolex and you spend 10 or 20 grand on a Rolex, and yes, I believe in spoiling yourself and spoiling your wife and whatever else. But every time you do that, you're taking 10 or 20 grand out of the capital that you could be growing, and you're never going to have an opportunity to grow it this fast. Forget about the sports car just for 500 days. In 500 days, let's take stock together, realize how much money we've made, and then decide what we want to spoil ourselves with. Just put your life on hold for 500 days. Spend 500 days building a network, building a reputation, building a niche. Do that. Take some long-term bets. I love this tweet. I wanted to buy Amazon stock 10 years ago, but it was $190. But I wanted to wait for a dip. After a few weeks of waiting, I said, screw it, and I bought it for $210. Today, it's at $3,000. You want to buy a blue chip? Buy it and move on. Take the bet. Move on. Now is the time to be making these long-term things. That is what the next 500 days are about. Don't fuck it up, because if you do, the next time you're going to get this is in a couple of years. And let me tell you, I don't think that the next disruptor is going to be anything like this disruptor. I don't think we're ever going to get an opportunity like this. So the next 500 days are about accumulating, becoming an expert, building a niche, building knowledge, deep diving into ecosystems that you really enjoy and becoming an expert in those, getting into Telegram groups, building a network in those, finding the best deals in those. That's what the next 500 days are about. No more bullshit. No more listening to Twitter influencers. I saw this, ape into this. It's a game. It's an NFT. It's Fantom. No, bullshit. You're never going to make money like that. You're going to get destroyed. You got to become an expert. The days of making money on every token in the world are gone. Now you got to know. You got to build up knowledge, and you got to build up so much knowledge that when the institutions get you and their cheesy analysts with their ties arrive here, you can look at them and go, buddy, the mistakes that I made 3 years ago, you still got to learn, and that's where my competitive advantage is going to be. And in this time, let's be real. Let's be real. What I mean by being real, I love this thread by Kamikaze ETH. He says, the truth about crypto. And he's real. He says, crypto Twitter thinks they are the judge, the jury, the executioner, and I will not engage with the mob. True. Who the fuck is crypto Twitter? As a side effect, let's not hold back anymore. And he says, whenever Optimism and Arbitrum airdrops happen, wait for the initial dump, then go in hard if you believe in Ethereum. Don't buy Wi-Fi before the tokenomics upgrade. Crypto Twitter demonizes doxed account who post pictures of happy normal lives, and it's disgusting. Stargate is an amazing technology, but emissions are too heavy. He's right. All of the brand names, crypto Twitter whales, made ludicrous profit on this upfront, and they know it. FTX captured crypto Twitter cheap with sponsorships. Even those on the high horse about integrity, it's blinding lobbies, blah, blah. Careful making friends, they'll backstab you with inside information. ENS is a cowardly organization. Spell was a highly useful and functional protocol, and Danny seems like a nice person with kind intentions. He didn't deserve what the crypto Twitter mob did to him. You listen to all these things, and they are real. Maybe I don't agree with all of them. He says Luna and UST is the most obvious Ponzi of all time. Any crypto Twitter personality who pretends otherwise is operating in bad faith. Luna will crash him, but I don't agree with this. But at least he has the guts to be real, because in the next 500 days, you can either be distracted by noise or you can be real. It's up to you. I know what I'm going to do. Don't know about you. Let me know what you guys want to do. That's the new attitude. You have 500 days to go. Anyway, let's find out about the gaming show, and then let's go into the altcoins and all the other amazing news that I got for you guys today. Mr. Hassel.
What's going on, Rand? Nice to talk with you again. I know I haven't been on the morning show, or morning for me, in a while, but yeah, today's show is going to be pretty straightforward. We're going to actually talk.
Whoa. What are you doing for the next 500 days?
For the next 500 days, well, in a couple weeks, I'm going to move to Miami, and then we're gonna go all out crypto, as we have been, all out play to earn, all out DeFi, just kind of putting our money to use away from the banks and into DeFi, and taking advantage of it, as you said.
Amazing. Okay, what's in the gaming show today?
Gaming show today, pretty straightforward. We're going to be talking with the guys from SpinTop about the future of crypto gaming. Because they see so many, they talk to so many projects, they vet so many projects. It's going to be great to speak with them just on the future of crypto gaming. We'll also talk about elements of their platform a little bit, but we're really just focused on what's going to bring this thing mainstream and bring the most adoption.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. You know, on Friday, we've got a big Friday banter, and Yatsu from Animoca Brands is actually going to be on the Friday banter. I can't wait for that, buddy. I can't wait for that.
I heard a rumor about that. That sounds awesome.
It's coming. It's not a rumor. It's real. Alrighty, let's get into altcoins, altcoin news. What's going on the altcoin markets? I mean, let's look at our altcoin portfolio. That's where we start to degen. Synapse, Ape Coin. Ape Coin up 21.1%. ShopX up 30%, 26.1%. Why Ape Coin up? That's a big question. Because remember, we said we wanted to add Ape Coin to our portfolio if it hit a certain price. Couple of reasons why I think Ape Coin is up. First thing is Animoca Brands bought this gaming studio called Darewise. Okay, so that's the gaming studio, and it looks like Darewise is integrating via a bridge to the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and they're going to be integrating Ape Coin. So they're going to be using Ape Coin. So you can see this all of a sudden is adoption of this Ape Coin beyond the Bored Ape Yacht Club ecosystem. You also have today, they published this. Teasing something that's happening at the end from YouTube for music. I better switch the music off because YouTube love copyright strikes from music. But anyway, so they're teasing, it looks like they're teasing a metaverse. And the information that we have is that they're going to be selling land in their metaverse only using ApeCoin. And so I think what people are doing is they're buying ApeCoin now so that they can participate in this Dutch auction, the auction style mechanism, Dutch auction style mechanism to purchase land in this metaverse. Also today, we heard that Coinbase finally launched the beta of their OpenSea killer, which is the NFT marketplace. Now remember, Coinbase has 4 million users, 4 million users on the waiting list for their NFT marketplace. And if there ever was a rival for OpenSea, it is Coinbase. But what that's done is it's also taken up the LooksRare price. So now there's a whole lot of life in NFTs. There's Ape Coin moving up. There's Coinbase launching their NFT marketplace, going to bring in millions of users into crypto and into NFTs and onto Ethereum as well. Then LooksRare, obviously, as a byproduct of that, starting to explode. So that's the first bit of altcoin news. What else? Remember we had that, I said to you at one point, Luna, Solana, and Avalanche were all at $90. It was, I think, somewhere over here. And I said to you guys at the time, we asked which one of these would get to $200 first. So it looks like Solana is very much in the lead. Remember, I'm watching the differential between Solana and Luna. I think it was about $13 earlier. Let's quickly look where it is now. Yeah, I think when the two are equal again, I'm going to swap some more Luna into Solana only because I have too many Luna in my portfolio. So it's about $11 now. So the difference between Solana and Luna is about $11. It looks like Luna's very much on the way up right now, and Solana not going to move as quickly. One of the things that is one of the protocols that really is moving up quickly, and something is going on here. Don't know what it is, but something is going on here. I've got some. We're going to speculate today. That's the Fantom charts. Look at the Fantom unique addresses chart. Fantom, even though the price is down after Andre left, the unique addresses on Fantom are up, and they're growing pretty much exponentially. It doesn't look to have slowed down that much since Andre left. Now it looks like something is happening here. We found 2 or 3 bits of information. Of course, we know about the strong community and the technology. So the first thing is there is liquid staking on Fantom with Stata, which is it's launching today, 21st, tomorrow, 21st. That's the capped launch, and then later on they're going to have an uncapped launch. And basically, what that's going to mean is that you can stake your Fantom and you can get liquid tokens. So it's like Lido has liquid staking on Ethereum. You're now going to have liquid staking on Fantom. So what does that actually mean? So let's just dumb it down. You can stake your Fantom, and previously when you staked your Fantom, that's it. Your Fantom are gone. Cheers. So you stake your Fantom, you're in a validator, you have no more Fantom. That's it. Bye-bye. Bye, Fantom. Gone. Can't do anything with it. You earn your 6%, 12%, or whatever else. Now what happens is you get a liquid token. So you stake your Fantom and you get this liquid Fantom, and then you can start operating, and you can stake this. You can participate in other DeFi protocols. So it almost creates a whole lot of liquidity around Fantom tokens. Okay, am I back? I think I'm back.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you're back.
So what else is happening? What else is happening? Sorry about that. Internet outages here in South Africa. We live in Africa. Don't forget this is Africa. There is a privacy protocol which has now created a bridge into Fantom. The protocol is called Incognito. Now, what Incognito allows you to do is it allows you to send your Fantom and to be able to use your Fantom but maintain the privacy. So Fantom Bridge allows users to make cross-chain transactions between Fantom and the Incognito Network. And when you are in the Incognito Network, you are effectively doing private transactions. So that's another thing that's happening on the Fantom ecosystem. While we're talking about Fantom, probably worthwhile talking about Tomb. It's very close to peg. And if when it gets to 1.01, it starts to print again. So just keep watching the T-shares. If we look at the masonry, let's quickly look at the masonry here and just see what, I think the yields are like in the thousands of percent. Okay, it's not working because I don't have a wallet properly plugged in here. All right, so that's that. What else? All right, we do have rumors of a huge airdrop that's about to happen on Ethereum, and that is the airdrop for Optimism. So what is Optimism? Optimism is a layer 2 scaling solution on Ethereum. It works with optimistic rollups. It has been running for quite a while. It's got big investors like Andreessen Horowitz, Paradigm. Now, remember there are 2 kinds of rollups for Ethereum. There are optimistic rollups and there are zero knowledge rollups. Optimistic rollups are way faster. So right now, Optimism, they say they've saved over $1.1 billion in gas fees. They've deployed over 6,800 contracts. They've got 300,000 unique users. They've secured over $900 million in value. They've facilitated $20 billion in transactions, et cetera, and they're growing super fast. And what we think, I mean, if you look, first of all, if you look at this, you can see that as part of a layer 2, they are, after Arbitrum, they're the second biggest layer 2. DYDX is more of an exchange, so it's not really a layer 2. But what happened is we saw that Coinbase actually listed an Optimism. Let me see if we can actually find it. So if you go Optimism, they've got all of a sudden they've got this. There was a result earlier. I don't know if I'm searching for it correctly, but they've got a placeholder. So it looks like we're going to get Optimism. Now, remember, when this airdrop goes live, 2 things are going to happen. The first thing that's going to happen is don't buy the token, because the token is going to spike like this, and then it's going to start coming down as people sell their airdrop. Don't ape into Optimism. if you think that Optimism is a good bet, and I think that Optimism is a great bet because of what they do, wait for the price to come down, and then buy it when the price comes down and people dump their free airdrop tokens. A lot of people are going to get a lot of tokens, and I think it's going to happen. I mean, I guess it's going to happen in the next 24, 48 hours. So look out for that airdrop. What else is it? Okay, there is another thing. We'll quickly talk about this. This is USN. So USN is the stablecoin, the algorithmically backed stablecoin, which lives on Near protocol. So it's like UST that lives on Luna, right? So very similar. The only difference is here, if you want to create $1 worth of UST, you've got to stake $2 worth of Near, and that's basically how it works. That's how it keeps the peg. They're talking about this token offering about a 20 to 30% APR, so 20 to 30% returns. And they say it may be sustainable. I think time will tell. But you basically want to look at, you want to keep your eyes open for this protocol. You want to keep your eyes open for the stablecoin. I think it's launched today. We're launching today. We'll do a deep dive into this tomorrow or on the other channel, on the Microdose channel. So if you're not subscribed to the Microdose channel, go and subscribe now. Blah, blah, blah. I don't feel like talking about the Netflix customer numbers. Who cares? That's stocks. That's boring. What else? Oh, man. Okay, so here's a story. You got to hear the story. One of our community members got hacked. He got hacked he went onto a fake ad for Terra Station, clicked it. It prompted him to put in his seed words. He put it in the seed words. And they basically hacked his wallet. And if you know how Luna works, it's staked for 28 days. So what the hacker did was, or 21 or 28? 21 days. What the hacker did was he hacked the wallet, he got into the wallet, but he had to unstake the tokens, which he did. He unstaked the tokens. Then he had to wait 21 days. The hacker had to wait 21 days. So now you've got the hacker on the one side, and you've got the owner of the wallet on the other side. And 21 days after they unstake it, exactly 21 days, the tokens would release from the staking contract, and then the fastest finger, the person who could get the tokens out quickest, would win. So it's a race between the hacker and the real owner of the wallet. And we try to help him. I reached out to Dokwan just because he's a community member of ours. And Dokwan said there's nothing you could do. So I put him in touch with one of my brothers, who's a coder. He used to work at Facebook. He put him in touch with a whole lot of other people. They tried to get the tokens. And it was at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I got a message this morning that they were unsuccessful. The hacker seemed to have been quicker than them. He was much quicker than them. But the warning is that these hackers are super sophisticated, and you got to be very, 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 very careful, because these hackers are super smart. I keep saying to you guys, if you're navigating crypto without a VPN, good luck to you guys, because you're basically exposing yourselves. You got to protect yourselves. You got to protect yourselves all the time. Anyway, unlucky. We did try help. I didn't want to publicize it before because I didn't want the hackers to know that we're up against them. I wanted them to think that it's just the guy. And I mean, we lost that battle, but we tried to help a community member. So that's what happens. All right, lastly, before we go, Bybit, we said 20x someone's portfolio. Okay, so we're 20xing one portfolio, and we are 2xing, doubling your portfolio. If you want to be a part of this, and I think, guys, this is going to end soon. So all you do, there's a referral link for Bybit below. You click on that. You open an account, you deposit money into the account. You don't need to trade, just deposit money into the account. And then every day we take 5, let's take some ones high up today. We take 5 portfolios and we change 5 people's lives. Okay, good luck to everyone here. So let's agree that the red one is the one that we said is going to be 20x, but only up to $10,000, eh? We can't pay more than $10,000. I don't have that kind of cash. And the yellows are going to be doubled. We'll double people's portfolio. Hopefully we can change someone's life today. If not, remember, just sign up with your account. You don't need to trade, even though it's a great place to trade. The fees are the cheapest. There's great liquidity. Lots of altcoins listed on Bybit. All right, 3773 is the number.
Big gambling, yeah.
3773. Let's see what 3773 is. Let's see. Let's go. 3773. Is it 3773? There we go. Yeah! Whoa!
He's rich now.
The guy just got 10,000 bucks because he had $1,000 in his portfolio.
Wow.
He got $10,000.
He has on him?
$10,000. My God, $10,000. He got $10,000. He got $10,000. All for having $1,000 in his Bybit account. He got himself $10,000. The rest of them got doubled. $56, $10, $5, and $0. 10 grand, my goodness. For having $1,000 in his account. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And he needed to have 500.
Yes.
I'm glad we could change someone's life. I'm glad we could change someone's life. All right, maybe we can change your life. Hopefully the show changed your life. Let me know in the comments if you think the show changed your life. Otherwise, I will see you guys again tomorrow. I've got to get out of here. I've got to go watch BitBoy show. Starts in 15 minutes. Better watch it. Have to go home and get popcorn ready.
Right.
Yeah, right. All right, I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Until then, have fun, trade well. See you tomorrow, guys. About $10,000 the guy got. Can you believe it? The guy got $10,000. I'm so happy for him. I'm going to find out who this guy is. I mean, maybe he'll disclose himself. $10,000.